Hello everyone. Last time we have started with the crystal defects and imperfections. We have dealt with point defects. Okay, we have seen the classification of defects. In that thing, we have started with the classification of point defect. We have started with the stoichiometric classification. We have completed it Schottky defect. So today we will be seeing Frankel defect and the further classification in details. Okay, so to begin with Frankel defect, we just have to understand that Frankel defect is nothing but particularly for ionic solids. It is particularly for what? Ionic solids. Ionic solids means we just have to remember that anions as well as cations will be there. Okay, now in this case, what will happen is ions is missing from its regular site and occupies the interstitial site. That means if I say if one cation is removed from its original site, it will go and occupy any of the interstitial site. Okay, so this is nothing but an example of what? Frankel defect. Okay, now this type of defect is seen particularly where the cations are smaller in size. The cations are smaller in size. So therefore, what will happen? The original site is kept vacant. Therefore, we call it as in the original site vacancy defect is observed, and in the new location what is observed? Interstitial defect is observed. Interstitial defect is observed. So we can therefore say that this is a combination of vacancy as well as interstitial defect. It is regarded as a combination of vacancy and interstitial defect. Now we just have to learn conditions for the formation of Frankel defect. Now what are the conditions over there? One condition is that cations normally should be what? Smaller in size. Okay, then only such kind of defect is seen mostly. Okay, so larger difference between size of cations and anions. Okay, so it is not particularly that cations normally we say that always it is seen that cations are smaller in size, but the criteria over here is there should be size difference between cations and anions, then it can be observed. Okay, next is ions should have low coordination number. Low coordination number, hopefully you know what do you mean by coordination number. The number of atoms surrounded to a particular ion is nothing but the coordination number as such. Okay, now next, consequences. Now consequences we normally refer as density as well as electrical neutrality. We just have to comment on two things. Now talking about the density of the crystal, one cation was removed from its original site and it occupied the interstitial position. As a result, there is no change in the mass of the compound. Okay, therefore we say that density will always remain same, will also remain what? Same, since mass is unaffected. So we can say that density will remain unchanged in this case. Okay, so hopefully till here it is understood nicely. Next, to understand the electrical neutrality, the number of cations and the number of anions are unchanged in this species. Therefore we can say that electrical neutrality is maintained. Okay, now some examples. ZnS, AgCl are some examples of this species. AgBr also we can say. Okay, you can also say AgBr or AgI, you can say anything, you can give examples for such kind of defect. Okay, so till here hopefully this is understood nicely. Next we'll move on with the next type of point defect, that is nothing but impurity defect. Next we have to understand about impurity defect. Now what do you mean by impurity? Whenever a foreign particle is introduced, then we call that foreign particle as an impurity in that crystal. Okay, so what is that? It arises when foreign atoms are present in the crystal lattice. It arises when foreign atoms are present in the crystal lattice. Now this thing is substitutional impurity. One type of this thing is substitutional impurity defect. There are two types of impurity defect: substitutional impurity defect and interstitial impurity defect. Okay, so first we will see what do you mean by substitutional impurity defect. Now here what will happen, as the name suggests, substitutional, one of the original atom will be substituted by the new atom. Therefore it will be calling it as a foreign atom, or we call it as impurity. Okay, so if we take if we take many copper atoms arranged in a particular manner, and we add little bit of zinc in that, that is nothing but we call it as alloy. Okay, alloy, that is nothing but brass is an alloy of copper and zinc. Brass is an alloy of copper and zinc. So what is nothing but this three atoms refer to copper, and this one is nothing but zinc. So it is in the ratio 3:1. Okay, so here the host atom is nothing but what? Copper, and the foreign atom, nothing but called as the impurity, is nothing but the zinc. So this is one example of substitutional impurity defect. Substitutional means original atom will be replaced by a foreign atom. Okay, in place of original atom, a new atom will be introduced. Then this is called a substitutional impurity defect. Okay, so one example we have talked about what? Alloys. The next one we'll be seeing is when strontium chloride is added to NaCl. Okay, now this is called as vacancy through elevolent impurity. Now what is this thing? When the oxidation state of the impurity is different, when the oxidation state, remember the oxidation state of the impurity is different than that of the host atoms, then it is host ions we can say, then we call it as elevolent impurity. Okay, now see here, what is that? Vacancies are created by the addition of impurities of higher oxidation state ions to an ionic solid. Okay, so example is here, what is a impurity? Strontium chloride is an impurity over here. Now when strontium chloride is added in this thing, in this crystal, this is nothing but referred to as the impurity. What will happen is, it will take the place of one of the Na plus ions, and one of the Na plus ion will be, its place will be kept vacant. Now why it is vacant? Please understand. Sr is 2 plus and Na is 1 plus. Okay, that means if I introduce one Sr 2 plus ion, it will have two charges. So to balance this thing, 2 Na plus should be removed, since it will occupy one of the position, and one of the position will be kept vacant there. Okay, so hopefully till here it is understood. Okay, so what we can say? Vacancy of Na plus ion, it is nothing but what? Vacancy of Na plus ions over here. Okay, so hopefully this thing is understood nicely. Now here the electrical neutrality is maintained, since even though 2 Na plus ions are removed, but Sr 2 plus is added, therefore the charges are normal over here. Okay, so understood, hopefully it is understood. Now the next thing, this is second type of impurity defect, nothing but called as interstitial impurity defect. This is nothing but called as what? Interstitial impurity defect. Now what do you mean by interstitial impurity defect? As the name suggests, we now know that what do you mean by interstitial? In between spaces, or be simply voids. If in the voids any of the atoms are there, then we call it as interstitial impurity defect. Okay, now here we will take example of stainless steel. Okay, now stainless steel is a mixture of iron and carbon. It is a mixture of what? Iron and carbon. Now if this thing is nothing but iron and this thing is carbon, then stainless steel is made up of iron and carbon. Now which is an impurity? Carbon is the impurity over here. So we can say that normal lattice sites what is present, iron is present, and interspecial spaces what is present, carbon is present. Okay, here what is the impurity? Carbon is nothing but the impurity in this case. So this thing is nothing but referred to as interstitial impurity defect. Okay, so hopefully till here it is understood nicely. Next we'll move towards the third type of point defect called as non-stoichiometric defect. Called as what? Non-stoichiometric defect. Okay, so once again we'll just see what all we have completed. We have started with point defect, we have completed stoichiometric defect, impurity defect, these two we have dealt. Now the last thing is left, non-stoichiometric defect, and that thing we have to deal metal deficiency defect and metal excess defect. Okay, so to start with non-stoichiometric defect. Now to start with non-stoichiometric defect, as the name suggests, non-stoichiometric, that means the stoichiometry of the compound will be disturbed. In this case, in this defect, what is disturbed? The stoichiometry of the compound is changed. To understand what is stoichiometry, for example, I'll say take the example of NaCl. Just an example I am just taking over here. If I take the example of NaCl, we know that Na is 1 in this case and Cl is 1. So the stoichiometry of this compound Na and Cl is nothing but 1:1. If that thing, this stoichiometry is changed, then we call it as what? Non-stoichiometric defect. Okay, so we'll learn this thing into detail. So we'll just see. Non-stoichiometric defect arises when the ratio of atoms of one kind to other kind, or the ratio of number of cations to anions become different as indicated by the chemical formula, right? Whatever the ratio, if it is different, then we call it as what? Non-stoichiometric defect. Therefore we call it as stoichiometry of the compound is changed. Okay, now this change in stoichiometry, please understand, does not cause any change in the crystal structure. Okay, this thing is important. Just here you will have some confusion. Stoichiometry, even if it is changed, it won't change the crystal structure. Okay, it will be intact. Okay, so we'll learn its classification into detail. There are two types of non-stoichiometric defect. They are nothing but metal deficiency defect and metal excess defect. Okay, so to understand about metal deficiency defect. Okay, now metal deficiency defect, by the name we can understand that there is a deficiency of metal in that thing. Okay, there is a deficiency of metal in this case. Now possible only in compounds of metals that show variable oxidation state. Metal deficiency defect is observed whenever the metal is showing variable oxidation state, like nickel is having +2 as well as +3, iron is having +2 and +3. So such kind of metals are showing what? Different oxidation state, or called as variable oxidation. To be very perfect, we call it as variable oxidation state. Atoms, any of the atoms which show more than one oxidation states are said to be having variable oxidation state. Iron is also an example, +2 and +3. Nickel is an example, +2 and +3. So many are there. Okay, now in some crystal, cations are missing from their original site. So what are missing from the original site? Cations are missing from their original site. The extra negative charge is balanced by the cation of the same metal with a higher oxidation state. Now we'll understand what do you mean by this. Okay, so what is an example given over here? NiO, nickel oxide. Okay, now here understand, the red one is nothing but Ni2 plus ions, and the blue one is nothing but O2 minus ions. Everywhere it is the same, but in this and this position I have written it as Ni3 plus ions. I have written it as what? Ni3 plus ions. These two cases I have written it as Ni3 plus ions. So here what is happening? The extra negative charge is balanced by the cation of the same metal with higher oxidation state. Now what is missing over here? Ni2 plus is missing. Please understand, I have removed one Ni2 plus ions from this thing. As a result, what will happen? O2 minus, one of the O2 minus will be extra. Now to balance that charge, what is happening? Any of the two ions will be showing one charge extra. That means originally it was Ni2 plus. If that is replaced by Ni3 plus, that means one of the charges maintained of this thing. And if one more Ni2 plus is replaced by Ni3 plus, there one more charge is maintained. So Ni2 plus vacancy leads to in Ni3 plus in two cases, two places. Therefore we call it as the extra negative charge. Why extra negative charge? Since there is a vacancy of Ni2 plus ion in the crystal, O2 minus is extra there. One of the O2 minus is extra there. To balance this 2 minus charge in one of the oxygen, 2 Ni2 plus will have to change into Ni3 plus ions. Then only electrically it will be neutral in charge. Okay, hopefully till here it is understood nicely. Next we'll see metal excess defect. Okay, so to understand about metal excess defect, as the name suggests, what is extra? Metal, one of the metal will be slightly extra over here. Okay, now these are of two types. These are of what? Two types. First one, a neutral atom or an extra positive ion occupies the interstitial position. Okay, here what is happening? A neutral atom which is having no charge or an extra positive ion occupies the interstitial position. That is one type. Okay, so ZNO presents two ways of metal excess defect. Okay, so these are the two structure you have to understand over here. Now in the first case, I have introduced a neutral atom over here. So neutral atom will not affect any of the charge in the species. It won't affect any of the charge in the species. Okay, but yes, the stoichiometry is changed. Even in this case, the stoichiometry is changed. Ni is 0.97 and oxygen is 1.0. Okay, in all the non-stoichiometric defect, the stoichiometry will change. Okay, so in this case, the first case, I have introduced what? A neutral atom. So this won't affect anything, the charge, nothing is affected. Only thing is the stoichiometry will be changed over here. Okay, now in the next case, what is happening? In the second case, what is happening over here? One of the Zn2 plus is occupying the interstitial site and there are two electrons over here. Okay, these are nothing but the electrons. Okay, this thing is nothing but Zn2 plus ion. Same, all these things are this Zn2 plus O2 minus. Okay, now what happens over here is, whenever ZnO is getting heated up, what will happen is it will give me Zn2 plus half O2 plus 2 electrons are removed. Okay, 2 electrons are removed in this case. As a result, what will happen? Now Zn and oxygen, when this crystal is heated, Zn and oxygen will react together and it will lead to the oxygen will evolve out, and what will remain over here is Zn2 plus and 2 electrons will be removed in the crystal, and that will occupy the interstitial spaces. Okay, so this is another type of what? Metal excess defect, and therefore the stoichiometry over here it will be excess in nature. Zn1, normally it is Zn1 and oxygen 1, but over here it is 1 plus X. How many amount of Zn2 plus is introduced, based on that thing this X will change over here. Okay, so in both the cases the formula will remain same. Okay, hopefully till here it is understood. Here the ratio is decreased, here the ratio is increased. Okay, now the next thing is same type, talking about metal excess defect. Here it is by anionic vacancies. Now the anionic vacancy will impart color to the crystal, will normally impart what? Color to the crystal. Now why is it so? We'll understand. So first important thing is it imparts color to the colorless crystal. Example is when NaCl crystal is heated in the atmosphere of sodium vapor. Please understand, in the atmosphere of sodium vapor, NaCl shows yellow color due to the formation of F center. Now what do you mean by this thing? Okay, in the crystal, minus is nothing but what? The electron based because of the Cl1, and plus is nothing but Na plus ions over here. Now when this crystal is exposed to sodium vapor ions, now sodium, what will happen? Sodium will react with the Cl minus ions. Okay, whatever the sodium vapor, only sodium ions, sodium vapor will give out sodium ions. Okay, sodium ions means sodium, Na will be given out, sodium atom will be given out. Okay, in that thing, now what will happen is it will react with the Cl minus over here. As the reaction proceeds, what will happen? This will form NaCl and give out one electron. Now this electron is removed from Na. This Na will be going as Na plus plus Cl minus, and one electron is removed from this species. Please understand. Then only there will be reaction and it will form NaCl. Okay, so hopefully this thing is clear. Therefore there is one extra electron in the crystal. Now this extra electron is nothing but referred to as the F center in a crystal, which imparts color to the crystal due to the formation of F center. Hopefully till here it is understood. So the crystal of NaCl has excess Na ions. The crystal of NaCl has excess Na ions. Why it is having excess Na ions? Na ions because Cl minus is reacted with the sodium vapor which was present. Okay, so there is less of Cl minus in this case. Okay, therefore it falls under the type of metal excess defect. This is a Na is nothing but a metal, and that is extra in this crystal. Therefore it comes under metal excess defect. Therefore the non-stoichiometric formula of NaCl is nothing but similar to excess defect. Na 1 plus x, Cl is 1 only over here. So x will be nothing but it depends upon how many number of Na is extra or how many number of Cl minus is removed from the crystal. Okay, so the anion vacant sites occupied by electrons are nothing but the F centers. This thing is nothing but the F centers. Hopefully till here it is understood nicely. So we have completed all the classification of defects. So we'll see once all the defects into detail. So defects classified as what? Point, line and plane. Point defect was again classified as what? Stoichiometric, impurity defect and non-stoichiometric defect. Stoichiometric defect was again classified as vacancy, self interstitial, Schottky and Frankel defect. Impurity defect was further classified as substitutional defect and interstitial defect. Non-stoichiometric classification was classified as what? Metal deficiency defect and metal excess defect. Okay, now to understand stoichiometric defect, please understand the stoichiometry remains the same. The stoichiometry remains the same in all the types. That is very important over here. Impurity defect, the impurity, one or more of the atoms, host atoms are replaced by a foreign atom, then it comes under what? Impurity defect. Non-stoichiometric defect, it is nothing but what? The stoichiometry is changed in the crystal, then is an example of non-stoichiometric defect. Okay, so To understand about vacancy defect, we have learned vacancy is created in the crystal. Okay, and here it is any of the particles, neutral particle. It is not like specifically we are talking of ionic solids. It is normal crystal structure. Okay, now self interstitial defect, again over here it is what self interstitial defect. That means what interstitial sites, what is what is added, extra atom in one case is added, and here one of the original atom is replaced from its original site and occupies the interstitial position. Then it comes under what self interstitial defect. Next, the third type was Schottky defect, where we call it as vacancy. Just to remember, here cationic same number of ions are missing, cations as well as ions are missing, so that the it is electrically neutral in charge. The number of ions and cations will remain same, but over here the density will decrease as the mass of the ions is less in this case. Okay, next is our Frenkel defect. To understand about Frenkel defect, it is a combination of vacancy as well as interstitial defect. Okay, so from its original position, one of the cation goes and occupies the interstitial site. Okay, now next is impurity defect. Impurity defect, two types. What are they? Substitutional and interstitial. Substitutional and interstitial. To talk about substitutional, one of the host atom will be replaced by the foreign atom, then it comes under substitution. Please understand, it will be alloys are the examples for this. Okay, so one case is solid solution of metals, and next to talk about interstitial impurity defect, stainless steel is an example for that. Okay, so hopefully till here it is understood nicely. And the last one is nothing but the non-stoichiometric defect. Non-stoichiometric defect, it normally arises because of what? The ratio of number of cations as well as anions will be different, or one kind of atom and other kind, the ratio will be different over here in this case. Okay, now two types, metal deficiency and metal excess defect. As the name suggests, in first case there will be deficiency of metals, particularly we have to refer metals over here, so there will be deficiency of metal, and in second case excess of metal will be there. Okay, so here we have taken an example of NiO, and here we have taken the example of ZnO in the first case. Okay, and for the F center we have taken the example of NaCl. This is also an example of what? Metal excess defect. But please understand, this will show metal excess defect only when NaCl is heated in the atmosphere of sodium vapors. Okay, so hopefully till here it is understood nicely. So next class we'll start with electrical properties of solids. Okay, so yeah, thank you.